Hey, welcome to Wofford Farms. My name is Travis Wofford. I appreciate you watching my videos. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any comments, be sure and leave them down below. If you have any suggestions that you'd like to see, let me know, and I'll try to incorporate your comments into any suggestions you might have. All right, today we're back out in the shop on the Yoder Smoker YS 640 pellet grill. We're gonna do some country style ribs. And so got him seasoned already. I went with the Cattleman's Grill Trail Dust seasoning. That's my go-to seasoning anymore. It's pepper, salt, and garlic. And you'll see a little bit of red on there. And that's because today I'm also gonna be using the Killer Hogs, the barbecue sauce from Killer Hogs. And this is a traditional barbecue rub. So there's paprika, sugar, brown sugar, a little bit of cayenne pepper. It gives it that red color. That's your traditional pork barbecue rub that you'd put on pork shoulders and pork butts and stuff like that. So it's a great rub for that. We're gonna be smoking today at 250. I've never done country style ribs before, not on a smoker. I've done them in a slow cooker. I've done them on a skillet. I've done them in a regular grill. They're really tender. They come out good because there's a lot of fat content in them. There's a bone in them, which is kind of a hassle. But I'm hoping that by smoking them, I'm gonna give them some good smoke flavor, and then I'm hoping they're gonna be tender enough you can just pull the bone out or pull it off or just separate it from the bone. So that's gonna be the goal. Everything I've read on country style ribs has been 4 hours at 225. So I'm thinking at 250, I'm still gonna be a good 3.5 hours. We're looking for an internal temperature of 185. My personal preference would be get closer to 200 on the internal temperature. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smoke them for about 2 hours. Then I'm gonna turn around and wrap them with aluminum foil and then finish them, let them baste in their own juices. It would be the same thing I would do with a pork butt if I was making pulled pork, except for obviously the times would be longer. I would smoke it for like 6 hours and then wrap it for 6 hours or 4 hours wrapped. So I'm gonna do the same thing with these because a little later, 2 hours into the cook, I'm gonna go on with some chicken wings. And so I wanna get these started now and then let them go about 2 hours, and then we're gonna put on chicken wings because chicken wings only take about an hour. So I'm gonna try to time that to where both of these get done at the same time. And we're not gonna eat all this for supper, obviously. This is gonna be tonight's meal plus tomorrow's meal for lunch, and then it'll be some leftovers for us to take to work and stuff like that. So here we go, we're gonna get them on the smoker. I'm gonna go on the top rack of the smoker. So let me move my camera, and I'm sorry if this jars it too much, but I'm gonna get over here where I can show you going on the top rack here if I can. See how this looks. Let's go there. All right, my fire's good. I'm gonna put them up here on the top rack. Okay, there was 11 of them in that package. So they're on there, ready to go. I'm gonna shut the door. Like I said, about 2 hours. And then we'll wrap them and let them go for maybe another hour wrapped, somewhere in that ballpark. But anyway, I'll keep you updated on the progress, and we'll go from there. Pork's been on for 1 hour, just a little over an hour, but we're gonna go ahead and put the chicken on as well. We're gonna look on the pork. We're showing a probe temperature right now of about 150 degrees. I've got 2 probes in there. I've got one really close to the firebox, then got one away. And so one of them showing 152, one of them showing 149, so we're right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken on. I've got chicken wings, 5 pounds of chicken wings, 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil, 1 tablespoon of the Trail Dust seasoning, and 1 tablespoon of the Killer Hogs barbecue seasoning. I'm going with the same profile I went to on the pork. Put it in, put the oil in there, put the 2 spices in there, tossed it together, been letting it marinate for 30 minutes. So that's it, that's the chicken wings right there. So they'll be good and crispy on the skin. So it's kind of a little bit, I guess you can see the pork, but we're already getting red on our pork. So it's already turning a good color. Oops, sorry for shaking you there. We're already getting a good color on it. So let's go ahead and get the chicken wings on there. So this is the drumettes and the flats both. So these are just store-bought wings, nothing special here. So I'm gonna try to get the drumettes a little closer to the firebox. There seems to be a lot of flats here in this package, so which I'm not opposed to, because that's actually my favorite, is the flat. Make some more room here. I kind of cut myself a little shy on my space. I got grill room, I just didn't push them far enough back. So, all right, we got the drumsticks on there. Let's get her shut back up. I'm gonna wait another hour. When I wait the hour, the pork should be ready to wrap at that point, because that would have been 2 hours on the pork, so that's gonna be plenty of smoke. I'll watch the internal temperature to make sure I don't get too hot. When I reach about 175, I'm gonna wrap them. So if that's an hour, that's fine. If it's less, that's fine. But 175, I'm gonna wrap them, finish them off. And then the chicken, I'm gonna wait for it to get crispy on one side, then I'll flip them. So we're talking probably an hour on that. So probably an hour and a half total cook time on the chicken at 250. But I'll probe them as well to make sure. I got to get up to a 165 temperature on the chicken for safety's sake and for tenderness. So we'll just be probing them to check on them. All right, we're at hour number 2 now on the pork ribs, and then an hour on the chicken. So I'm going to pull the pork ribs and put it into a silver pan, let it baste in its own juices. Check the chicken. I'm probably going to flip it and see where we're at. I'm going to probe it for some temperature, see where we're at. So let's look at it and see. Oh yeah, pork looks really good. It's sizzling. It looks like the chicken definitely needs to be flipped. So let's get the pork here in a silver pan. I probably should have brought 2 of these silver pans. Get that back up there on the top rack. Get my probes out of the way. Oh yeah, chicken is perfect. So I know it's hard to tell, but great skin on that one side. So we're just gonna go through and flip them. All right, let's get an instant read here. Okay, so we're looking on that drumette right there, we're looking at 120. So we need to get to 165. So I'm gonna say probably another hour. 45 minutes. So anyway, let them go. I think now that I've got the pork in the wrapped up, I think I'm going to go on up to my temperature on 300. Just bump it up 50 degrees because that'll crisp that chicken up a little bit better. It got a smoke already in them, so we'll crisp them up now. 2 hours and 45 minutes into the cook. So I've already looked at the chicken, turned it a little bit again, and it's looking excellent. Most of it is probing at 165 or above, and so I think we're ready to pull that off. So I'm going to open up the pork and probe it, see where we're at. Like I say, 185 is what they recommend. I'm wanting to get closer to the 200 range just for tenderness, in my opinion. I'm curious to see how much juice is in the pan, so I'm kind of got an agenda here with opening the pan up. Oh yeah, we got some juice in the bottom. Let's see, how's the... It's pretty tender when I probe it. Okay, we're past the 185 mark. 189 is kind of where we're landing. That one's at like 192, so we're right in that ballpark. I tell you what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this back on. I'm gonna go inside, make our side dishes. Grab a pan to pull the chicken wings, and we're gonna call it good. We're gonna eat. So I've got all my side dishes that I'm gonna make and heat up, and so I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. And then by the time I get back out here, it's gonna be 10-15 minutes. We'll be done.